For the people just tuning in, we are speaking with the one and only J Murkk. He's in the building. Who is J Murkk in your own words?
Hey, J Murkk, an artist. You hear me? An entrepreneur, a go-getter, a grinder, a hustler. You hear me? Everything all around the board. That's who J Murkk is. You hear me?
Let's talk about your childhood. How many siblings do you have?
Well, my mom had 5 children, 3 boys, 2 girls. I'm the 3rd oldest. You know, I got 2 older than me, a brother and a sister. You hear me?
How was your life growing up? Did you have any?
You know, growing up, my life was good, you know, in a way. You know, I was always under my daddy, you hear me? You know, my daddy was a man with money, you hear me? So, you know how that was for a kid. You know, I was spoiled, you hear me?
Yeah.
So, my childhood was good up until after he died, you know?
Yeah. How old were you when he died?
I was about 8.
8.
Yeah, about 8.
Oh. Tell me how that affected you.
I went numb. Like, I shut down, like, after that, you hear me? It's like, I ain't show no feelings. Like, even though I was hurt, I just shut down. Like, so I just shut down to the world completely, you hear me? That's just how it was with me, so.
Did you think that? Did you ever think that? Did it feel like it wasn't real? Like he's coming back?
I mean, no, it didn't. I mean, once I found out he was dead, like, I understand once you dead, you dead.
So you knew that at 8 years old?
I knew when he wasn't coming back.
Right, right. Damn. Because a lot of people we interview, some of them did never known their dad, you know, or their dad left at 5. But you had 8 years.
My daddy was active, you hear me? My daddy was there.
That's a blessing.
For sure. Like, my pa was there, you hear me?
That was a blessing. Did you, so what would you say influenced you? Like from the age of 8 to 13? Was there a male figure?
Yeah, my stepdaddy.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom, my husband.
Yeah.
You know, he was always there, like, before I was even born, you hear me? So, yeah, he was always there.
Wow. So you're from New Orleans. What part raised you?
The St. Bernard Project.
St. Bernard Project.
St. Bernard Project. Project was fun, you know? Like, I ain't lying. I'm talking about every day I be thinking about it. Like, boy, only if that project was still, was still up while we growing and all that, how would it be? That project was fun, you know?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the project. The project was fun to me.
For those who don't know, what ward is the St. Bernard Project?
St. Bernard in the 7th ward. Yeah, in the 7th ward.
What kind of a kid were you before the music?
I was quiet. Like, I was athletic. I was an athlete.
What sports did you play?
Football, basketball. I played both of them.
What school did you attend?
I went to elementary school. I went to Lil Phillip with Reese J. Waters our project school. I went to Louis Armstrong, crossed the canal in the 9th ward.
Okay.
Went to Barbara C. Jordan in the east. And I went to Fisher too.
For real?
Yeah, like that was like in the beginning, like pre-K and all that. Yeah. I went there for like a half a year. My mama moved into Fisher, like in the 90s. And, you know, we moved right out there and went back to the project. So I had to go back to the project school. But I went to Fisher too.
Was you into the sports? Like, did you play, like, was you on the team?
Yeah, most definitely.
What positions?
I played running back, basketball. I played shooting guard.
Did you consider yourself as a problem field?
On the field, I was fast. Like, I was small and I was fast, but I was light. I ain't have a lot of weight on me, but I was fast.
You was fast.
So, once I got hurt, I stopped playing football.
How you get hurt?
I had, in a game, fucked my knee up, yeah.
When did people start calling you J Murkk?
I changed my name. Actually, J Murkk came from a dude in jail. honestly. I had my name was Jay Murkk, you hear me? That's what people used to call me, right? And when I went to jail, they had this dude, what his name was, LeBenny and Swole, you hear me? He from Uptown. I was in Angola with them, I was in Paris with them too, but every time he used to try to call my name, he used to always be saying, oh, Murkk, like Murkk, and everybody used to be, man, a man named Murder, man. So he used to, that's where it come from, you hear me? And it just kind of stuck, and I just went to liking it. So I just like, man, I'm going to just change this. This is going to be my rap now when I go home, you hear me?
When did music stop being just something you like and start feeling serious?
When I went to jail. When I went to, I've been rapping, since I was a little boy, you hear me? Since I was 6, 7, 8 years old. I had a Nokia phone.
Yeah.
And I used to be trying to rap on my phone, you hear me? And I used to be trying to bring it to school to let people hear, trying to make it out my ringtone and everything, you hear me? But let me see, when I went to jail, when I went to jail when I was 15, they had a dude, named, what his name, T Shooter, you hear me? Rest in peace to bro, you hear me?
Rest in peace.
And I went to jail and he was rapping, he was on the tip. And they had a few niggas rapping and he was rapping and I went to, I'm like, man, I know how to rap. I'm about to go jump in the cypher, you hear me? I go to rapping and it's everybody's looking at me like, man, hold up. He cold, but I don't think that's him, you hear me? So it's once he said that, I'm like, man, that's me, you tripping, and he like, man, go right to this. I'm about to make somebody write a chord right to this. I'm like, all right. He gave it to me. I went in myself, beating and all that. Later on that night, I came back with my verse. I'm like, look. And everybody rapping, me and him rapping. After that, I just went to, everybody just went to telling me, man, you cool. You got to really just start fucking with it, but you going to blow up. And my cousin, you hear me? Black Dan, he was a DJ. So that was always his dream for me to be a rapper, you hear me? But, I went into the shit like that. I was playing ball and I was in the other shit, females, running the streets and all. I wasn't worrying about rapping, man, but I knew how, you hear me? But I didn't take this shit serious. But he wound up writing me a letter when I was in jail. And it was pretty much how he put in, how he wrote that letter. He really made me feel like, dog, this what you gotta do. If you don't, this the only way we gonna make it out, you hear me? If you do this, you hear me? And I really ain't understanding, how the fuck me being a rapper gonna make shit better for you. I'm doing what I want to do. I don't want to do that. You know?
Yeah.
But it's I just kept on writing shit. Then once he died, even though he got killed, you know?
But you see, sometimes a person can see something in you that you don't see in yourself right now. So, you know what I'm saying? It had to be something for him to say that.
Right.
It really was. Look, I'm talking about it was times to where, look, we'll be sitting by his house. Like I said, he was a DJ. So he's always play all type of beats and instrumentals and shit on the laptop and all that. And they'll just be like, man, G, rap. And I just go to rapping for him, right? He'll be like, man, we got to go to the studio. I'm not about to go in no studio. I'm about to do all that. That's wasting my time.
Right.
He like, man, I'm serious. I'm about to go do this right quick. I ain't worrying about all that. I just know how to do it. I ain't really into all that like that, you hear me? Cause I was quiet and I ain't like attention, you hear me? So I don't need nobody. I don't like all that. I'm straight, you hear me? And I never was into it until, I started being around niggas that rap and, seeing how they starting to move and, the people that they be fucking with shit that they starting to do and all that. And I'm like, man, I might gotta try, you hear me? And I just went to trying to just fucking with it, and then I just started hitting the studio and all that. Then probably a year and some later, I went to jail, you hear me?
Now, when you write your music, or you more of a freestyler? You just get in the booth and off the top?
I do both.
Okay.
But mainly, I'm a write, you hear me? Because this bitch gonna be perfected, you hear me? This gonna be music. This ain't gonna be no rap, you hear me? It's gonna be something to where when you hear this, you gonna be like, man, he gotta be talking about me. I went through that, you hear me? That's the type of shit you gonna hear when you listen to me. For real, for real.
How many songs, you hit the studio, how many songs you knock out in one session?
It all depends how long my session is, you hear me? Like sometimes I go in there, like if I book like a 6-hour session, in 6 hours I've been knocked out probably about 4 songs, you know? And this within 6 hours of me rapping this shit to my producer, him making the beat, or we just trying to create a beat or whatever and think of something and a concept and all that, you know, within 6 hours about 3-4 songs be done, you know? So
what pushed you to record your first track? So we gonna kind of back.
My cousin.
And what was the song about?
Let me see, what was the song about? I was just rapping. It wasn't even about nothing. It was just straight bars, you know? Like it was just regular street shit, you know? I was around my cousins and all them, and you know, we had a studio in the house. And you know, my cousin them used to be, you know, fucking with Juvenile and Skip and, you know, Wacko and all them.
Yeah.
So my cousin, you know, all them just, you know, all like music just really just been in my family.
Been in your family.
Really, yeah. I just was the athlete, quiet person. Like I don't like attention. You know?
Yeah.
So
what's your sign?
the best signs of them all, Scorpio.
Scorpio.
The November
Okay.
kind. You know?
My best friend is a Scorpio.
The Scorpio.
Yeah. And what time did you feel like you had something to prove?
Like far as what with the music?
Music.
I'm gonna say when I was in jail, like right after Black Dan died, after my cousin died, I just
His
went
name
to,
was Black Dan.
like that was his nickname. His name was Dan, but he was, you know, he was a dark dude, dark skinned dude, so we just called him Black Dan. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Black Dan.
Rest in peace, Black Dan, man, my guy, man.
So did New Orleans shape your style, or did you try to stand out from it?
It did. I mean, I'm from New Orleans, so you know anybody from New Orleans is gonna shape you some kind of way. Whether you branch off or do something different, like you gonna start off doing some shit New Orleans style. You know?
Right, that's true.
Like so, I try to like I'm a New Orleans nigga, so I try to stay New Orleans. Like I don't try to do nothing extra. You know?
Right.
Like, that's just how I try to do it. Well, I keep it like that.
So talk to me about St. Bernard Savage.
That's some untamed niggas, you know? People. I ain't even gonna just say niggas. I'm gonna say the females too.
Yes, Lord.
Rootless, you know?
Yes, Lord.
Just don't give a fuck.
Yes, Lord.
That's what they is, you know? Like, that's it.
Yeah. I used to step through there sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a couple of people.
Different, though. I ain't lying.
They
like,
fight.
At St. Bernard, different.
They fight. So is there like, okay, so when you think about a St. Bernard Savage, like a real St. Bernard Savage, is that like a mindset, a lifestyle, or something deeper?
That's a lifestyle of the hood. Like that's just something that we stand behind. You know? See what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it, but you know, like I said, that's just something the hood stand on. Like that's just where we come from, that environment. You know? So that's just what you're around, what you know what I'm saying, what you grew up around. These type of people, savages, vultures, you know, killers, jaggers, bums, and all that. Like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying.
Do you feel like people misunderstand that mentality? Like, especially coming from any project. I think every project or whatever in the hood, the ghetto, is savage.
I mean, yeah, you know, everybody, you know, that's just a slang what people call themselves. You know? Yeah. Like, it don't matter where you from, anybody could be saying that savage. Like, you know, Future be screaming that Future way from, I'm saying, Atlanta, so, you know, that's just savage is just some untamed, you know, just some untamed people, some rootless people. That's all it is. So that's all that is. Yeah.
So how important is being authentic in your circle? Because that's what we're about. We're about authenticity.
I mean, that's major. Major. Because before you could be authentic in your circle, you gotta be authentic with yourself. See what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't keeping it real with yourself, how can you keep it real with somebody else? Like, so.
Facts.
That's just how it go. That's the way of life, you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Walk me through how you make a song. Like, do you start with a beat or lyrics?
And how I make a song, I probably just, I don't know, I probably just look at something and get a concept of something, just think of something, probably just go to beating, just coming up with sounds in my head or something, I go to humming some shit, you hear me? And as I'm humming the sound, next thing, I'm just keep humming it over and over, and next thing you know, the words gon', I'm just gonna find the words that go with the sound,
With the sound.
Yeah, and I just go like that. Like, however the chorus come out, that's my concept, you know?
So most of your ideas come from like real life, or does it come from your emotions and the storytelling?
Real life shit, like real emotion shit that I done seen, shit that I done been around, shit that I done experienced. Shit that other people did experience that I done been around and seen for myself. Like,
You look like you seen a lot. I can see it in your eyes.
I have.
What's some of the things you went through that people wouldn't believe if you were to put it in your song?
I mean, I wouldn't say not too much because everybody already know. Like, for as me, going to jail for murders and catching a life sentence and all that, like, people know about that already. So, I mean, other than that, like, I had the average regular kid life, you know? Like, for real, you know? Besides, doing shit, being bad and all that, but other than that, like, it wasn't nothing hell of a like that, you know?
Yeah.
Did your environment push you forward, or did it push you backwards?
Like,
Growing up in your environment.
Honestly, like, it had me blinded, honestly, you know? Because I felt like, I ain't never really been nowhere. I'm young, so I'm 14, 15 years old. I ain't never been nowhere, so I'm just thinking, just what I see. I know about other places, but I don't know how it is, so my mind not really thinking on traveling the world and all. I'm just worrying about getting some money, being fresh, going to school, and, fantasizing, fucking with females and all that. You hear me? Just, talking about what I'm going to do in the next 10 years, and, that's how my life was. You know?
Right.
So,
I deal with a lot of people from New Orleans, and a lot of people ain't even went outside of New Orleans.
I mean, I've been outside New Orleans. Like I said before, my daddy was a truck driver. Like, my real pa was a truck driver. So I used to be on the road with my daddy, So I done been to some places. It's just, I was young, so it ain't like I was able to branch off and really go do what I want. I'm just going wherever he take me,
You weren't able to, like, take it in how you travel by yourself.
Right, that's right.
Places, and you know what I'm saying? Look at their culture, how they do things.
Right.
Yeah, it's just more like a here, there, and then
Type shit, yeah.
Okay.
Do you write everything or you freestyle?
I mainly write. Like, I could freestyle. Like, if I go in there, I could, think of some shit, punch in, punch out, but I mainly write. Like, it's like when I do music, like when I go in the studio, I like to go in there with my shit together, because studio time costs money. So I'm saying, and I'm paying them than $75 to $100 an hour, like, cause I'm in some major studios. Like, this ain't no little bitty laptop and a microphone in the kitchen of the living room.
Right.
Like, this ain't, like real big tables and shit. Like, I'm a big nigga. I'm a big artist. I ain't no.
So explain your vibe in the studio. What you prefer? Like, what you like? Like, some people like to have a blunt, a drink.
Vibe in the studio. I like my circle in there. I don't like nothing extra. I like my circle, the vibes. We gotta have that smoke in there. Gotta have some hint in there for me. Something to eat. My little candy, sunflower seeds and all that, and just dim lights, and we gonna vibe out. Like, that's how I like it. That's how my studio sessions be.
Sounds like a vibe.
Most definitely it is.
Let's talk about the music, the business and the industry. What is something you wish you knew before getting into the music industry?
I wish I knew the business more, you hear me?
What are some things you feel that you lack in the business, on the business side?
Like far as, well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's too much that I lack, because, you know, I gain knowledge every day, you hear me? So I'm just catching up on everything that I need to do for as to make sure I stay relevant and consistent and authentic as well, you hear me? So, I mean, you know, like I said, it's just shit that I read, shit that I, you know, be around, shit that I experience, you know, so I just go off the experience, really, you hear me? Because, you know, that's the best teacher.
Okay, so when dealing with like regulators, what mindset do you have when going into different meetings and contracts and stuff and getting offered deals? What are some things that you question before you would do something, before like sign paperwork, sign your name on the dotted line? What are some things you look for in that company that will make you say, hey, I want to work with them?
Actually, like, I ain't never been offered no deal. Like, far as like, I just been around people, you know? I just been around, you know, the major players to where, you know, they go to seeing what I'm doing. I'm already a real nigga. I just came home. Everybody know my status already, so when they seeing what I'm doing, so they just fucking with me because of, you know, who I am, like, you know? And what I'm trying to do, you know what I'm saying? So he's saying this what he doing, he focused, he locked in, and, you know, we gonna fuck with him, he a real nigga, and that's just what that is. So, you know, the people that I be affiliating myself with, that I be around, talk to, that be giving me the game and all that, I just go off the shit that they tell me, and I just go to doing my own research, and I just learn it as I go, you hear me?
Do you feel that artists should stay independent, or should they sign to a major label?
I mean, it's really like what works for you, honestly, you hear me? Like, I ain't gonna say stay independent or don't sign to them. It's really what works for you, you hear me? Like, in business, like even with them labels, one thing you gotta know how to negotiate in business, period. You hear me?
Yes.
You gotta know how to talk, you hear me? If you don't know how to negotiate, like, you just gonna fall for anything. They gonna slap 50. I mean, check this out. Broke nigga ain't never had nothing. Got 500,000 on the table. Nigga put this on the table, looking. He just got all type of clumsy shit in the contract. You don't know about it. You done read and saw the words and that's it. But you just thinking about the money. So you just signed that bitch just to get the chains and, you know, get the money. And the whole time you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta really know the business, you gotta know your worth as well.
Okay, speak on that. What do you think about the situation with Pooh Shiesty and
Bwfmedia?
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, you know, like, that's a hard one. Like, I wish Brew well, honestly, you hear me? I feel like he in a fucked up position, though. I don't really know the ins and out of the story. Like, I don't really pay attention to the internet like that, cause, you know, like I said, it be goofy shit going on.
Right.
So I don't really pay attention to that shit. I try to stay in my own little world, you hear me? Like, I don't entertain social media unless I'm getting on there entertaining, and you know what I'm saying? I'm the entertainer, you hear me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really be paying attention to it. Before the shit that I seen, like, I mean, fuck, I really can't speak on it because I really don't know, you hear me? I just wish Brew well. I ain't never heard nothing fucked up on his name, so fuck, he seemed like he a real nigga, so I just wish him well, you hear me?
Yeah.
How important it is branding and marketing yourself? How important it is, and how important it is today to know that.
That's big. Like, you gotta know how to market yourself. That's the only way you're gonna get exposure. You hear me? Like, you gotta market yourself to the max. Like, I'm talking about promo. You gotta go on a promo run. I'm talking about platform. Like, you gotta just stay consistent as well. You hear me? Like, that's marketing. That's the main thing you gotta do. Like, it's easy for anybody to hit the studio, make a song, shoot a video, post it on Instagram or YouTube. That don't mean that shit gonna get, you know what I'm saying, ain't gonna get no play like that, yeah?
You gotta have basically you gotta have a follow-up.
Right, you got to. Like, you gotta push that shit. Like, you gotta be in the streets, you gotta be you know, social media, that's the new way to make it happen. So you gotta really beat social media down, you know?
Okay. What does success actually looks like to you?
To me, honestly, being wealthy, man, being able to take care of my family, lead the trenches, and give back, you hear me? And stay away from this bitch to where I can raise my family and, you know, like, and really be what I want to be, you hear me? And not have to adapt to my environment, you hear me? Like, it's like, you can try to do better, but if you in that environment, knowing you trying to do better, it's like you're in a bubble, you hear me? So you gotta just adapt to it until, you know, times get better, you hear me? And just, you know, pray that you survive or make it through, you hear me? Cause
That's a top answer.
like, for real.
How do you stay mentally strong in everything around? With everything around you, how do you stay mentally strong?
I do my best to block everything out. Like, if I, like, it's like, I don't allow shit to really alter my thinking, like, honestly, you know? Like, I get mad, like, you know, like, I get mad, frustrated, angry or something before it's, like, altering my thinking. I know how to block shit out, because I feel like, you know, I did 12 years, you know?
Ooh.
Yeah, like, from 15 to 27, I did 12 years,
Ooh.
so I've been in prison, you know what I'm saying?
I
So,
didn't know it was that long.
yeah, from 2010 to 2022, I did 12 years.
Where were you?
I was in Angola.
Damn.
Oh,
that ain't-
I heard about Angola.
Yeah, that's where I was at.
That's one of the toughest prisons out.
The bloodiest prison in the nation.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. When you got your sentence, and the judge slapped you with 12 years.
No, the judge gave me life without parole.
He gave you life without parole.
Right.
What was going through your mind on that sentencing day?
I was lost. I was like, man, I really was like, this shit ain't seem real. Cause I was like, man, this shit just impossible. Like a life sentence, bro. Like, I understand the charges, but that's like, I just never saw this happening to me. I just feel like shit was just impossible to happen to me. You know? So it's like once I got on a bus ride and, you know, got up there, and I'm like, Lord, I'm really in this bitch. You know? That's what.
Who did you leave behind? Did you have kids at the time when you got your sentence?
Man, at the time, no, not at the time. You know?
Okay. So when you get there to the prison, what is it like that first night?
Man, the first day, like, I mean, I was chill. Cause it's like I already was down some years. Like once I went there, I was in jail already about 6-7 years,
You
yeah.
had time served.
I had time already, so I mean, fucking really no time served. You got life,
You
yeah.
got life.
So you did the whole 12.
I fought 12 years. It took me 12 years to win my appeal, and
That's a appeal.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So, you know, I was back and forth going to court and shit, trying to, you know, appeal my convictions so I can get back in court and get that time back, you know? So,
What year did you get released from Angola?
I got released from Angola September 30th, 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
Did you know a guy named E Solid?
E Solid. That sound like somebody I was cool with. E Solid.
Short. He went in at 16. He did 25
He
years.
an old dude?
No, he's probably in his 30s or 40s.
I know that name, yeah. E Solid.
Yeah. He was helping a lot of guys. He was doing like a lot of paralegal work and helping a lot of guys.
Solid steps.
E Solid, short dude.
Yeah.
I know that name.
He went in at 16 years old. They gave him life. He served 25 years. He fought his case. While he was fighting everybody's case, getting them out. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, you know what, let me start working on myself. And he got out. Asked
That
him, do he
name
know
sound
you?
familiar.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people knew me.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Like a lot of people up there fucking with me.
I'm with Prison Reform Alliance. Mm-hmm. And it just breaks my heart because I get so many phone calls about what's going on in prison. Like they had a guy kept complaining of older man. I just got this email the other day. An older man was complaining about his heart. And instead of them putting him in a wheelchair to roll him to infirmary, they told him he was lying. or whatever, and they was like, well, let's walk to the infirmary. And he fell and hit his head, and he passed away.
In Angola?
I think it's Angola.
That's the type of, like, and then I ain't lying, like, and I'm glad I'm home to speak on this shit, like.
Let's talk about that.
Like, for real, like, look, check this out. Angola, a real fucked up place. Like, if you ain't got no family, like no supporters on the outside, better people do you anything there, lose you in there. You know?
Don't start me crying.
Like, for real, I'm talking about, look, check this out. The time I was up there, there's a lot of shit that they be doing, like corruption shit, scheming shit, killing niggas, all that, you know? Like, there's a lot of, a few niggas that, you know, then died, and it's like, look, check this out. Them bitches are gas you, make you for no reason. Like, just do it. I'm talking about let the whole tip suffer. Niggas got asthma on the tip, bad allergies, you know, all type of little sickness and all that, and y'all spraying shit on them dudes. Like, they'll beat you. I'm talking about throw you in a cell. You to do all, man, I'm talking about them people used to do all type of shit, you know?
So they just wake you up one day and start beating on you?
No, not like that. I'm just saying, like, it's just like they're abuse their authority. Because Angola is like, this the state penitentiary. So ain't nobody really coming here checking shit like this. You know, we run this. This ain't no, I'm saying, like, no little small facility where people come in here and it's like they I ain't gonna say private owned, but this the pen.
The state.
So they really do what they want in there. You know? So like I said, if you ain't got no outside supporters and all that, man, go away for you, man. The people gonna do you whatever they won't do to you. Liable to get killed in there. They gonna cover that shit up, man.
And I want to say this, like, and I hope they're listening. The warden, all of them. Like, it gonna come a day, like, they cannot think that they can continue to get away. They might have got away with it for a long time, but they gotta realize God is gonna get them. And when God get them, like, they just don't know they gotta pay for this. Every person they have struck, every person they done threw in the hole, they gotta pay for that.
I'm talking about, like, man, them people, darn goal is so fucked up. Like, I ain't lying. Like, it's like, look, when I got up there, I used to wake up every day and look at my rap sheet, right? And that bitch just say LIFE. Ooh. And I'd be like, man, you know, like, when you just know it's over with, you go to feeling it, you hear me? And it's like every time I look at it, it's just, I'm not feeling nothing. I'm not feeling nothing. It's just like they playing with me. Like somebody locked me in the closet, you know, in a room or something, or in the closet or something. Like, I'm going to just joke off me. I'm going to let him, I'm going to just see how he feel. Like, that's what it was feeling like. It just ain't feel like I'm going to die here, you know? That's how it felt to me. So I just always kept trucking through that bitch. Like, you know, I'm like, man, I know I got to do a little time, but honestly, I put my own time on myself. I swear to God, look. I say I'm gonna be out between 10 and 15 years. I ain't gonna give up. I'm gonna get out this bitch, yeah.
See, that's the mindset you gotta have, man, because a lot of people that get locked up in prison like that, they don't have that type of mindset. They think once they hit that bitch,
especially in Angola. Look, I remember I was talking to this female when I was in jail, right? And you know, she was, you know, we liking on each other, whatever. We went to high school together, whatever. You know, man. And you know, she wanted to fuck with me, but she like, man, you know, I ain't, like, you gonna be in jail 40 years. And I'm like, man, I'm about to do my appeal. I'm about to be coming home in a few years. And, you know, no, you can't do that until you in jail 40 years. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't know where you learned that at, yeah?
Right,
like, I don't know where you learned that at. Like, that ain't even, I'm like, that ain't even gone like that. And I ain't lying, like, it's like I said, I was in jail like 6 years before I even, 6 years before I even got sentenced to life, you know what I'm saying? So I already did like a fucking Jew,
yeah?
Now I went to jail, I was in jail like 3 years. Boom, I went to trial. I get convicted, you know? I got convicted when I was 18. I'm already in jail like 3 years already, you know?
So you in jail or you in prison?
I'm in jail. I'm in a parish jail fighting the charges.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't know about it. In Louisiana? Yeah, that's how it goes.
I'm in a parish jail. You know, you go to jail first, you go to the parish or the counties or whatever. You know, y'all got counties in Florida. In Louisiana, we got parish. I'm in a parish jail For 6 years, you hear me? 6.5 years, you hear me? 3 years, like just fighting the charges, getting other charges, dropping, throwing out, cause them bitches were just throwing charges on me as well. That's, man, I'm talking about.
Orleans or Jefferson Parish?
Orleans Parish.
Damn.
Orleans, like, Orleans so fucking corrupted and, man, the people.
They all corrupted.
Orleans different. Jefferson Parish conservative, bro. I don't even play with the people.
I agree.
I don't, man, listen here.
I agree.
I'm on probation for the people. I don't play with them people at all, man. After dealing with them, I'm ready to get them out of my life forever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to get the boy, listen here.
Mm-hmm.
So how important it is for you to stay out the system?
Very important. I'm talking about, man, look, check this out. As far as, not to brag or boast and nothing, but, I had a rough life. You know what I'm saying? And, like, far as my past, my jacket fucked up, you hear me? So, the people gonna automatic just, view me off my jacket, you hear me? See what I'm saying? Like, they ain't gonna look at the change that I'm trying to make. Like, I even be, talking to the youth and everything. Like, they ain't gonna never look at that. They gonna always look at the fucked up shit about me, you hear me? So, and that's what they gonna go off and view me like that. And, that's like me being in the system. No, I done did 12 years. 12 years flat time on a life sentence. Came home for 6 months. And went back to jail for a whole year.
Yep.
Came home on house arrest. Back to jail, like just violation.
Yeah.
Like I can't. No, man. I'm like, I can't do this shit no more. Like, I'm getting older. Like, man, I'm ready to live. Like,
You got kids now.
Yeah.
So how important it is to stay out for them?
Man, that's big. Like, man, listen, check this out. I just had a baby, right? I just had a little girl. My little girl about to be 10 months. You hear me? Thank you. Mm-hmm. My little girl about to be 10 months. Like, it's like, I don't got time to be going to jail. Like, I ain't like it be. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, dog. Just off who I am and how I am, I'm not used to a motherfucker playing with me or trying me. And like, I never went through that before, because I was always quiet. So, you know what I'm saying? So, nigga was doing shit, but at the end of the day, I'm quiet. Like, I ain't never went through nobody playing with me and all that. So it's like, once you go to playing with me and trying me and all that, I don't know how to handle that shit, but I might react and I might don't. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I be having to use diplomacy, because I be like, dog, like, I already know, like, you playing with me, I can really do you this, and it's gonna fuck you up, but it's gonna hurt me in the end.
Exactly.
So, I'm saying, like, you want a whole battle. I can't even go out like that. You know what I mean? So,
it ain't work. It's not worth it.
Right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and just,
Let them trick you off the streets.
Right, and look, people been telling me that, and I've been noticing, like, all type of shit just been going on, you know? And I've been like, Lord, so this is what they mean about don't let nobody trick you off the street. Because like I said, I used to feel like a lot of shit was just impossible to happen with me. Like, I ain't got to go through all that, because, that's me. I don't go through none of that. Shit. Shit, what? At your front door.
Yeah. It's just temptation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
But I feel like this here. I made it through the worst prison ever, yeah? If I could do time like that and make it out, no wounds, all my teeth, still young, common sense, ain't nothing ever happened to me, like I'm respected, like, come on now. If I feel like I can survive that, and I done saw some shit.
Yeah.
And this here, I already know how to deal with the streets now, and I'm a grown man, I know what to do now.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I learned from my mistakes. Like I said, experience is the best teacher for me.
It
That's
sure
what I
is.
go on. Yeah?
It
What
sure
would you tell
is.
the next man before he commit that crime, face that time? What's your message to the youth?
Think. You hear me? Like, it shouldn't be tempted. It'll feel like it's easy. You can get away with it, or you ain't gonna get away with that shit, man. It's not easy, dog. It's not easy, though. I'm telling you, especially not. Technology big, the world is different, the streets is dead, you know? Think. I'm talking about before you even do anything, like, you gotta really just think about, right, if I do this and I get caught up on this here. Just think about the next 20, 30 years of your fucking life, you sitting in the bathroom in your house for 23 hours a day. You ain't coming out that bitch when you get ready. You gonna come out when we know when the people won't let you out. Or when you get told that you don't want to get told when to eat, sleep, shit, and piss. You know? I'm telling you. So I done went through it, and it ain't what you want, dog. Like I advise you to take heed. Like I ain't even gonna be no preacher to you. Like just I went through it. Like so I know what it is and what it ain't. You know? And going to jail and all that, it ain't. That's not where you wanna be at, son. Like for real.
Would you consider yourself still on the block or off the block?
I don't even know what the block is. Everybody know the block. Oh, indeed, if I'm on the block, I done bought this bitch. You know?
Right.
That's it. I done bought this bitch. You know, I own this whole block. Boy, these houses, apartments, whatever.
That's
the
right.
only, if I'm on the block, I own the block. You know?
Own the block.
You know what I'm saying?
On the block.
Right, that's right.
I love it.
MOB, mind of billionaires. That's how they go.
Ooh, I
Gotta
love
think
that.
big, you hear me?